Saturday. They're rocking at the Great Western Forum already. Tie game, good start, 10-10. We'd like to welcome to our Turner Sports reporting crew the great All-American from Southern Cal, the Olympic gold medalist, Lisa Leslie, who not only went to Southern Cal, but to Morningside High School in Inglewood, just around the corner from the Forum. Lisa, it's really great to have you with us. You have an interesting perspective on these Los Angeles Lakers.
That's right. Showtime is definitely back in Los Angeles, BAQ. And a lot of that has to do with the SHAQ, Shaq. Since Shaquille O'Neal's rival, the Los Angeles fans have been feeling the vibe for the championship. I was here in 1985 when Magic Johnson and Kareem had won the championship, but we have to realize it took them 5 years to get their first ring. Los Angeles has been feeling the vibe, but they have to realize this Los Angeles team is a very young team and they're still maturing.
Lisa, it's great to have you with us. We'll be hearing from you throughout this game tonight. And now Sean Rooks in early for Shaquille O'Neal with 6:39 to go in the first period. And Eldon Campbell goes to work on the baseline.
They've got tremendous low post game. Portland right now 5 for 8. LA 4 for 9 for 38%. But every time Del Harris has called a timeout, they've come up with a big play and a basket.
Clifford Robinson with his trademark headband makes the pass to Rasheed Wallace, who drops in. And I told you, Rasheed, I don't know if he's the most improved player of the year, but he is certainly one of the players who has lifted his game to a new level this year. And Rasheed already 3 of 4 with 6 points. Working with Campbell, who played so well in Shaquille's absence. Misses the jump hook there, and Kenny Anderson brings it back. We are tied at 12 with 5:58 in the first period. Kenny Anderson, pull-up jumper from 8 feet away.
Well, I'll tell you, you better not miss many shots against this Trailblazer club because they can really rebound the basketball.
First Portland lead at 14-12. New shot clock for the Lakers. Robert Horry looking for a pick. Now setting up the two-man game with Sean Rooks. Del Harris said he thinks that Sean Rooks has played really well down the stretch here. Wants to get him time in the playoff series.
I'll tell you, it's a deep and talented roster. Del Harris is struggling, I think, to identify in our meeting today to get his top 8 players. And I don't think he'll ever go with just 8 players.
Before the time he finished today, you could see that he wanted to play all 12. If the situation.
You kept prodding him to that effect.
Thank you. That beat the buzzer, but missed the long shot from Clifford Robinson. Blazers up by 2. And the foul is on Cliff Robinson.
Portland Trailblazers a 35% three-point shooting club. Clifford Robinson shooting 34%.
Eddie Jones and Van Exel in the backcourt for the Los Angeles Lakers, matched up against Van Exel and Ryder. In the regular season, Van Exel and Eddie Jones got the worst of it. These 2 Portland guards. Rooks. Front iron. And down to Eldon Campbell. Van Exel beats Anderson on the drive. Missed the shot. Stolen by Rooks. Sloppy pass. Then back to Eddie Jones. Campbell, left hand.
Unusual for Sabonis to make that kind of pass. A great passer, particularly for a big guy. I think he was kind of falling down and underhanded the ball and turned it over.
People know about the Achilles problems that Sabonis had when he played for the Soviet team. Then the knee problem. You still see the brace. Has a strained neck that came out of the game against Portland, but seems to be okay for here. But you can see that his movement is not what it was when he was at the peak of his career. Horry running it down. Lakers getting the hustle baskets here. The hustle retrievals here. Nevertheless, the game is tied at 14, and it's Portland ball.
A little quicker to the basketball. You're right. They've gotten a couple of loose balls. And that's important in playoff basketball. And it usually goes to the home team, particularly early.
Del Harris said if he had his way, he would play Shaquille O'Neal about 8 minutes per quarter in the first 3, and then whatever it takes in the 4th.
He's on schedule at this point. He's fortunate that he has those kind of people. And this tells you how valuable Mr. Sabonis is when he can take your center outside and hit that kind of a shot.
Sabonis has 7 points in this game. And it is 17-14 Portland, 3:19 to go in the first period. The incredible statistic is in the last 4 years, every 5th seed has defeated the 4th seed in the NBA playoffs. Last year, the Lakers were the 4th seed, and they lost to Houston in the first round. Let's talk about Sabonis a little bit more.
Here's Sabonis at the top of the key. Look at that range. That comes from his international play because they do so much shooting from a very young age. They practice more shooting, I think, than we do in the United States. We play more, they shoot more.
Rasheed Wallace missing. Jones rebounding. Fisher and Kersey in for Los Angeles now. Derek Fisher, the rookie out of Arkansas Little Rock. Kersey, former Trailblazer. That's Campbell down in the baseline.
Eldon Campbell coming on every year and a tremendous offensive threat. Go to the low box. He's 3 for 4 for 6 points. He can face and he can score almost anywhere. And there's Sabonis taking the center outside, moving the basketball.
Well, they invited Ryder to take that set shot. He even rolled it around to feel the grip and hit the 3, and it's a 4-point Blazers lead. Lakers had jumped out to a 10-6 lead. Since then, Lakers have scored only 6 points. Portland shooting 60%. Crowd got quiet all of a sudden also.
Yeah, this crowd isn't really into it, and this is to the advantage of the Trailblazers because they don't have to fight with that kind of emotion. And there's Eldon Campbell again.
Now, Campbell, a lot of people thought because Campbell was grumpy prior to Shaquille's injury, saying he didn't get enough touches when Shaquille was here after playing center and playing so well last year. But after the injury and after his good performance, there's been a really good attitude and a good performance from Eldon Campbell.
The road to your subconscious has just been reopened. Introducing the new Coupe.
Your screen is gonna sizzle with the hot movies coming in May on Direct Ticket. Goldie, Diane, and Bet learn the best medicine for a broken heart is revenge.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. We're so 90s.
The First Wives Club.
You still sleep with the light on?
An all-star cast discovers the secrets that have been buried in murder. Kevin Bacon, Brad Pitt, Dustin Hoffman, and Robert De Niro.
It's payback time.
Sleepers. Gina Davis's dangerous past comes crashing into her quiet life.
Who are you?
Name's Charlie, the spy.
Samuel L. Jackson co-stars in The Long Kiss Goodnight. Whoopi Goldberg climbs the corporate ladder, wows Wall Street, and beats up the boys club in The Associate. The Bard gets a makeover and an eye-popping update of his classic romance. Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes star in Romeo and Juliet. And John Grisham's runaway hit novel blasts onto the screen. Gene Hackman, Chris O'Donnell, The Chamber. Get ready for a month of exciting entertainment coming this May on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Back to the Great Western Forum. You see Portland with a 2-point edge here with 1:52 to go in the first period. Shaquille O'Neal's been sitting down for a few minutes. Arvydas Sabonis has not been sitting down.
How about that old-fashioned Bob Curlin hook shot? Again, same shot off the glass. Almost no one shoots it, said Kareem left the league, and now he nails a long-range jump shot. He could shoot it from a great touch and a great passer.
7 points, 3 rebounds already, 1 bad pass on the turnover, and Chris Dudley comes in as Sabonis takes a rest. Chris Dudley, also a tough defender, excellent rebounder, as Shaquille O'Neal is back in. Remember what we said, when Sabonis is out, Shaquille shoots at a 70% field goal percentage against this Portland team. We'll see if that happens here. Got his first rebound. That's 5 boards for Shaquille already. Derek Fisher into one of the other 3 rookies on this team. Travis Knight in, cutting back door. Jones missed the lay-in. But we're going to get a foul on Ryder. And here's some scores from earlier playoff action today, in case you've missed any of them. Some pretty good ball games. First of all, Atlanta, that was a very close game to start with, but a 14-point victory for the Atlanta Hawks. They'll play the next game in Atlanta also. And Chicago didn't exactly blow Washington away, but controlled the ball game and won 98-86. Michael Jordan said, if you saw it in our interview right at the end of that ball game, he has some respect for this Bullets team.
Well, it's an ongoing playoff situation with all of these great games. It's kind of hard to keep up with them all, but we at Turner are doing our best. And obviously we've got the Phoenix-Seattle game, which is a little bit of surprise in the third quarter. Phoenix 51, Seattle 49.
Yeah, that's over on our sister network, TBS. 4 games on last night, 4 tonight, and Jones missed those 2 free throws.
They're the Lakers with that little trap. And all year long, the Portland Trail Blazers, in the 4 games they played, they scored 80% of the time against this trap. And right now they're going to go to the free throw line.
Jerome Kersey picked up the personal, and Byron Scott gets into the game for Eddie Jones. Byron Scott in this matchup sometimes plays a little tougher defense against Ryder than does the smaller Eddie Jones, if you look at his experience with 3 championships here in LA.
Well, Byron Scott averages about 18 minutes a game, and Kersey about 25. They want energy, particularly from Kersey. He's the guy, and I know he loves to play against his former team, the Portland Trail Blazers. Anytime you're traded from a team, you like to have a good game in big numbers.
Only one Lakers starter on the floor, and that is Shaquille O'Neal. Chris Dudley in at center for Sabonis. Otherwise, the starter is still on and slipping to the basket for the easy jam. Shaquille O'Neal, who now has 10, and it's a 1-point Blazers lead with a minute left in the first period from the Great Western Forum. All the stars are out tonight, and I mean in addition to Chuck. Jack, Tyra, Magic, Diane, they're all here. Rasheed Wallace left alone for 15. Not this time. Dudley, this is what he does best and why he's on this team. We're going to get a Lakers foul. Shaq on the move.
Take a look at this play. Here's Shaquille getting position, just slipped inside. Actually, Dudley got caught on a little half screen. It wasn't a design screen, but he got caught. And the fact that Shaquille rolled so smartly and quickly as a moving target rather than running to a spot, which Del Harris wants him to do, makes it much more difficult to defend. Here's Dudley, who is a 47% free throw shooter, has never been able to solve this problem. He can defend in the low post, he can rebound, but he's not a scorer. A little better shooter than he is from the floor than he is actually from the free throw line, but he struggles as an offensive player.
You know, Dudley, who misses both of them there, will probably never be a good free throw shooter. But I predict that Shaquille O'Neal is going to be an upper 60s, maybe even 70% free throw shooter before his career gets midway.
That's when they become a very, very dangerous team and would have a chance, really, to kind of dominate the Lakers.
Pass into Byron Scott, the dish to the rookie Travis Knight out of UConn. He's fouled driving to the basket. Lakers, how about this? 3 rookies with 55 wins this year. The only team in NBA history to have rookies play at least 10 minutes a game each and win 55 games with 3 rookies on their team. A very unusual occurrence, and 3 very productive rookies.
Well, Del Harris has used them all year, and he's got Travis Knight, of course. You're talking about Derek Fisher and Kobe Bryant.
There's Kobe.
Yeah, there's Kobe right there, and he is going to be some kind of basketball player. You know, we talked to Del about him today, and watching him over the year, he comes from a high school situation where he could dominate and do everything. He comes this league, he's got to learn how to let the game come to him, and there's no question he will do that. He's a very mature young man.
He showed maturity. He comes over here and talks. Every time you and I do a game, Kobe comes over and spends a couple of minutes with you, and I hear you, and I know Del appreciates it too. Anybody who coached him would. You give him a couple of notes just like that and let the game come to you. Kenny Anderson knocks down the triple, and the Portland Trail Blazers are playing against the Lakers very much like they did. Oh, that was close from Derek Fisher, like they did in the regular season, and after one, lead it by a score of 24-22, despite 10 points and 5 rebounds and a perfect night at the line so far for Shaquille O'Neal.
Yo, down here.
I'm the Brooklyn Bridge. You think you could take me? You want a piece of me, huh? Let's go. You and me. Right now.
The undeniably smooth, ever luxurious ES300. The road is calling. Answer it.
I got your fancy suspension right here.
It's over 8 feet long from one end to the other. and it makes you look for the farthest distance between 2 points. The new Valkyrie Tour. America's the boulevard it was born to cruise.
So I pull into this gas station. Oh! Classic oversqueeze. Watch this. Release the hounds! Perfect pump.
2037.
Even at the gas station, you can do more with the American Express card.
And this is a guy thing, right?
Schick brings you the shaving system for sensitive skin.
Is this a sensitive part?
Designed to give a smooth shave with less irritation. Schick Tracer FX.
You the sensitive type? I like that.
Designed for the man with sensitive skin. Schick Tracer FX.
6 cylinders, 1,520 cc's. You'll go through towns where you'll be the biggest thing that happens all year. The new Valkyrie Tour. America's the boulevard it was born to cruise.
Two hundredths of a second. A human eye begins to blink. A hummingbird flits its wings once. And a sensor in a door frame tells an airbag in a seat to deploy. Because when it comes to your safety, every hundredth of a second counts. The 1997 Lexus LS 400.
Welcome back. Start of the second quarter. Look at that. Portland leading 24-22. Gary Trent into the ball game for the Portland Trailblazers. So is Stacey Augmon, as Isaiah Ryder had to sit down because he has 2 personal fouls. There's Augmon dishing off.
And again, that little trap by the Lakers gives a wide open shot to Trent. He nails it.
And Lisa Leslie, what do you have for us?
Well, towards the end of the first quarter, Coach Dale Harris told his team they made 4 mental defensive mistakes that caused their team to lose the lead. The Lakers will adjust their defense to try and slow down the Blazers' scoring.
All right, somebody's got to adjust to Shaquille O'Neal. Thanks, Lisa. Shaquille turns around and drops in. He has 12, and we still have a 2-point Blazers lead.
Portland shooting 56%, LA about 36% after that particular field goal, and still right in the ball game.
Robinson against his old teammate Jerome Kersey. Gets some action, and the jump hook will go, and it's a 4-point Blazers lead. 11 minutes to go in the first half. Remember, the Blazers won the season series 4 games, 3 games to 1, 28-24 Portland. Good drive, Byron Scott rattled out of there. Rebound Robinson.
Portland Trailblazers are a tremendous rebounding team. They average 43 a game regular season to 38 for the opposition.
Good interior defense. The Lakers on the run. Oh, showtime. Remember Byron Scott, James Worthy, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Whoa, just brought back some memories there to see Byron make that transition hoop. Offensive foul.
Big pickup by Derek Fisher. Terrific play because Kenny doesn't very often get caught on a play like this. There's the pass. Robinson got up in the air, shaking his head instead of getting back on defense. So consequently, Byron Scott gets an easy layup on the other end.
Lakers with an opportunity to tie on this possession, but first, the whistle came from, we've got a foul. And it's being called by Dick Bavetta, and it's on Shaquille O'Neal.
Looks as though he put both arms up in setting a screen, and Dick Bavetta says that's illegal. That will be a foul.
That's the first on Shaq, and Arvydas Sabonis with 1 personal also. So both the big men with 1 foul. And Stacey Augmon got pretty deep penetration on that possession. Here is Gary Trent. Augmon misses the follow jam attempt. Dudley, the blue-collar worker, tries to make the pass, saved by Robinson. 19 on the shot clock for the Portland Trailblazers, up 2 points.
Wisely, Kenny Anderson comes out, gets the ball. They've got plenty of time, 12 seconds to get into a play, and he'll look to a pick and roll.
And the foul on Derek Fisher. Derek's first, 28-26 Portland, 9:33 to go in the first half.
Clippers Jazz tomorrow night at 8. Get the NBA playoffs on TNT.
There are a lot of compelling reasons for buying a Dodge Ram. A potent line of Magnum engines, the most available towing of any pickup, payload capacity of up to 2.5 tons. But perhaps the weightiest argument is this. Dodge Ram has higher resale than Ford, Chevy, or GMC. The rules have indeed changed.
Baseball is here, and the boys of summer are back in action. This season, you won't want to miss a single pitch as the Yankees set out to defend their World Series title, and the Braves hit the warpath in their efforts to unseat them. Catch the game's great rivalries and exciting new interleague play. With MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV, you'll get up to 35 regular season out-of-market games a week. Act now and we'll throw in the 1997 official Major League Baseball Almanac, which includes broadcast schedules and statistics. All this can be yours for 4 payments of $34.75. Just dial 1-800-631-4DTV. And remember, it's not just a game, it's America's pastime. And it's not just TV, it's DirecTV. Satellite TV at its best.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. Boy, Seattle's got a fight on their hands at home on TBS right now against the Phoenix Suns. Gary Payton, this jumper tied the game at 68.
Half of play, and by the way, significantly, officials changed that last Los Angeles foul from O'Neal to Byron Scott, so Shaquille O'Neal has no personal fouls. This could prove to be significant later in this ball game. Travis Knight comes away with a loose ball to Shaq.
Both these clubs have excellent depth inside, both real good rebounding clubs, as we've been able to see. Here's single coverage on O'Neal.
Augman got there late. It's tough for anybody. We told you it's worth repeating. Against anybody who's playing him except Arvydas Sabonis in the regular season series, Shaquille O'Neal shoots 70% from the floor.
In the 4 games that they've played, he's averaged 31 points, shot 55%, averaged 10 rebounds, 4.8 assists, and 3.8 blocks. So he has been quite a show against the Trailblazers. They're still electing to play him straight up and not give a lot of threes and let other people get off.
5 out of 6 from the line. That was the first miss for Shaquille tonight. And it's a 1-point Blazers lead with just under 9 minutes to go first period. Trent, quick and strong down the block. Missed the bank shot. Jerome Kersey, former Trailblazer, almost lost it to Gary Trent. Here's Derek Fisher, one of the 3 rookies. Arkansas a little while. Liked him since the very beginning of the year. Poised player.
There's that individual matchup. Dudley kicks it outside that time. O'Neal off of Dudley.
First the foul on Portland as Derek Fisher tried to penetrate. By the way, coming up tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern time on TNT, the Clippers and the Jazz. Utah had their way in game 1. All begins with Ernie Johnson in the studio at 8 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. Clippers, Jazz from the Delta Center in Salt Lake City.
The Jazz came out with a lot of purpose last night. They feel like with that home court advantage, this has got to be a premier year to at least get to the finals.
Physical game last night. Got to watch some of that out here with Robinson's trademark headband you just looked at. This is Derek Fisher handling the ball for the Lakers. Down a point, looking to regain the lead. Dudley blocked Eldon Campbell. It'll be Portland ball.
Thank you, Joseph.
Dudley, who does not have great coordination, great athleticism, but does defend in the low post, can block the shot, and he really can rebound on both ends. A valuable asset to your club.
Kersey and Robinson pounding on each other down there on the block. Now into Robinson. Rebound, Travis Knight. That's 4 boards for the rookie Travis Knight from UConn since he came into the ball game.
Right now, the Trailblazers struggling to try to find a way to score. They've gone to Trent and then to Robinson. They're going to have to get some scoring to stay in this basketball game here in Los Angeles.
Fortunately for Portland, LA also having trouble scoring. That long rebound to Kersey. New shot clock. Derek Fisher left alone. He can't get it, but Jerome Kersey gets the tip. And the Lakers have regained the lead. 29-28, 7:25 to go in the first half. And Del Harris about to make another substitution. Nick Van Exel about to come back into the game. Rumeal Robinson, former Michigan star, the backup point guard. Kenny Anderson misses from long range.
Rumeal coming off the screen, but he took just one dribble and settled for a long-range shot. If you're going to run a pick and roll, you've got to try to get into the lane to create for someone else. Otherwise, you're making a decision to settle for a long-range shot.
Cliff Robinson just picked up his second personal foul. He'll sit down, and Rasheed Wallace is in for the Portland Trailblazers. So Portland mixing and matching here as they have Trent, Rasheed Wallace, Rumeal Robinson, Stacey Augmon, and Chris Dudley on the floor. Both teams deep through 10, 12 players. I mean, these are 2 of the deepest teams in the NBA.
Exactly, but the Trailblazers do not have many scorers on the floor right now. They're going to have to get to another scorer very quickly.
Byron Scott's pull-up will go down. Arvydas Sabonis still resting. He had 7 points in the first period before he went out. He does have 1 personal foul. Lakers by 3. Stacey Augmon from Atlanta to Detroit to Portland via the trade route. Only plays about 7 to 12 minutes a game for this Portland team. Here's Byron Scott looking young.
That medium range jump shooter. So many guys can't pull up. They want to go all the way. He stops and banks it.
It seems ironic that trucks so diligently engineered to be quiet would have so much volume. Dodge Ram and Dodge Ram Club Cab, the roomiest pickups on the road. The rules have changed.
Okay, check her out. Marathon runner. Absolutely. Shin splints. Left leg. Needs? Nike Air Max Burst. Excellent choice. Casual runner. Not hardcore. 2 miles a day. 2.5. Could use a Fila Silva trainer. Danny. Weekend warrior. I'm thinking Reebok Classic.
Our people at Foot Locker are so good at matching your feet up to exactly the right pair of shoes, it's uncanny.
Rematch next break? I'm there.
Get it right at Foot Locker, where it all begins.
Okay, here we go, Blue. Got you. Help me.
All right, the WNBA starts this summer. Lisa Leslie working with us. You saw there from some WNBA practice. And Tyra Banks, cover girl on the Sports Illustrated. As of course, I was doing my homework. This swimsuit issue. Diane Cannon, who's a Laker regular for years, sitting beside Magic Johnson just off the screen to her. There he is. Whoa! How about his suit, Chuck? Quick review.
Gorgeous.
You like it? Okay.
Gorgeous.
Thumbs up. And that guy, Jack, Nicholson.
Not happy. Not happy.
And speaking of stars, right here.
Yes.
Biggest one in the building. It's Los Angeles, Hollywood. Rumeal Robinson on the drive and the lay-in. And the Lakers by a point. Van Exel, who just came back in the game. Trent with a big rebound. A lot of athleticism on the floor for Portland as they careen out of control as I say that. And Trent gets it to fall. Not athletic that time, but it counted. And the Blazers regain the lead by a point.
Well, Van Exel pushed it all the way down the floor, pushed it quickly, and missed a kind of a wild shot, and Portland took advantage of it.
Campbell in trouble on the baseline. Kicks it out with 7 on the shot clock. Van Exel pushed from behind by Ramil Robinson, but knocks down the 12-footer anyway. And Nick at Night has his first points.
You know, it's kind of interesting to me that both coaches are using their bench quite a few minutes, more so than normal in a playoff game. I think when you get down in the playoffs, sometimes you've got to shorten minutes, go longer minutes with your stars. But neither club seems to be doing this. They rely on their bench, playing it pretty much as a regular season game in terms of substitution.
Yeah, that's interesting. Van Exel, left-hander, misses. Travis Knight kept it alive, or he didn't see it. Look at the no-look pass from Ryder. That was a beautiful pass from Ryder to Trent.
And Gary Trent, a tough finish. In other words, he had to catch it basically under the basket to still get it up on the glass. But you're right, Ryder made some kind of pass. One thing that PJ talked about, they've had their ups and downs in terms of getting Ryder to practice on time, missing games. But he likes basketball. He seems to think that this club is really all about basketball, and he's been happy with it for the most part. We tried to get him to come in the limo with him tonight, so Rowe could shoot him, but we couldn't work it out.
Yeah, wanted to get Ryder and PJ in a limo together arriving, and I think PJ would have considered it. Yeah. Actually, though, if he'd have considered it, he'd have done it. So maybe when we're up in Portland, have a timeout. No timeout, but we have a substitution on the floor. 4:36 to go in the first half. Blazers have regained the lead, 34-33. Arvydas Sabonis is back. Kenny Anderson is back. Shaquille on the floor, along with Eldon Campbell, Eddie Jones for the Lakers, Nick Van Exel, and Robert Horry.
PJ very unhappy with that particular turnover because you like to get a good shot every time down. Possessions are so important.
Van Exel weaving his way in traffic down underneath, but nowhere to go with it. 7 on the shot clock. Campbell, left-handed jam.
And Horry, who's been rather silent tonight, made that play. Good penetration. Dish to the baseline. Campbell up with a left hand. Strong player.
Campbell has 10. O'Neal has 12. Horry has yet to score, but 22 points from Campbell and O'Neal up front for the Lakers. Sabonis slashes in for the rebound.
No box out on that play because he had a clear path to the basket.
Pick and roll with Sabonis. Pick and pop, actually. Sabonis and Anderson knocked out of bounds with 12 on the shot clock. Portland ball.
Horry got a hand in there.
Some other scores from playoff action as we have a timeout called on the floor. 3:41 to go in the first half. Atlanta, a 14-point win over Detroit. Chicago got Washington 98-86, although the Bullets played them tough most of that ball game. And look at this one. Seattle has now regained the lead in the fourth quarter. That game on TBS right now. Seattle struggling with Phoenix. Phoenix also hot down the stretch.
The NBA playoffs on TNT, brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. By Dockers Khakis, nice pants that avoid the fashion airball. And by the new Dodge.
Now, just be yourself. Mom and Dad are gonna love you.
Hi, honey.
Mom! Hi, Dad!
Hey!
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Welcome to the family, Bobo.
Make it a Bud Light.
So what line of work are you in?
Beau pantalon.
Beau pantalons.
Hey, she says nice pants.
There's a million for you.
Dockers Khakis.
Which pickup, do you suppose, has the most powerful gasoline engine, the most powerful diesel, the most cab room, the most available towing, the most available payload, better resale value than Ford, Chevy, or GMC? If you guessed Dodge Ram, you hit it right on the nose. Dodge Ram. The rules have changed.
Lakers by a point. We talked earlier about the Isaiah Ryder no-look pass.
He's known as a scorer, but that was a great pass. And Trent got bumped on the head, was under the basket when he actually scored it.
Portland open man was Sabonis, who missed. Run down by Wallace. This is Isaiah Ryder. Portland down a point. 3:29 to go in the first half. It's been everything we had hoped for in terms of competitive basketball here. Ryder with his strength gets inside. Speaking of strength, Rasheed Wallace gets inside, and Shaquille said, watch this one.
Well, Ryder makes a great pass here. Wow, that is some kind of foul over the top of the head. But Isaiah Ryder, and that was one of the matchups that Del Harris was worried about. He's got such strength. He just keeps backing the second guard down, whoever it happens to be, and gets position. That time, instead of going for the shot, he dumped it off. Free throw missed.
By the way, now just to remind you again that the officials took one foul away from Shaquille previously, so he has only one personal foul. That was the foul on him there. Rasheed Wallace with 8 points in the game, and we're tied at 35. 3:20 to go in the first half. Lakers the 4th seed in the West, Portland the 5th seed. I told you earlier, both the East and the West, the last 4 years, every 5th seed has won.
That's an interesting play because Shaquille O'Neal, going to fight for post-up position, just completely reverses and goes for the lob. Sabonis did an outstanding job, came close to getting a foul, did not get the call. But it's a tough play to defend because you're fighting him for position, and then you've got to watch for the lob.
Eddie Jones passing into Shaquille. Showing quick feet. He is as lively as I've ever seen him coming back from that injury.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And he has great hands, great feet, quick, can run the floor. I thought he would be running out just a hair more on Sabonis and or Dudley because he can beat them both down the floor. If they ever take advantage of that, makes him even more of a threat.
Sabonis spinning into the lane gets fouled before he can pull the trigger on that hook shot, and that personal is going to be on Eddie Jones.
Take a look at there. There's Shaquille. Stops, bumps Wallace a little bit, steps through. Good patience. When he has that kind of patience and with his strength, makes it so easy. He didn't even have to use his strength that time. He just stepped through.
Lithuanian Arvydas Sabonis.
A 77% free throw shooter.
Take a look at O'Neal and Campbell, what they've done inside in this game tonight. Combined for 25 points, and the Lakers lead it by 1.
Portland 3 for 8 from the free throw line, which if this continues could really hurt them down the stretch.
Van Exel, his game's been out of sync tonight. We can credit some of that to, credit some of that to Kenny Anderson.
And Sabonis is giving Rasheed Wallace a little holler, said, hey, you've got to cover my backside, pal.
17 points for Shaq. Remember, he averages 31 plus versus Portland in the regular season. Look at that pass from Sabonis. You talk about him being a great passing big man.
Sensational pass. Probably not a big man in the league that can make that particular pass.
Eddie Jones, who struggled in the season series against Portland, primarily because he's matched up with Ryder. Anderson on him here. Wallace tried to reach around. Campbell missed the left-handed jam attempt. Followed by Robinson, no good. Ryder has it. Run down by Campbell. Lakers by a point. Minute 39 to go in the half.
Was that a pass or anything?
If you ask the player, we know what the answer would be. They don't keep stats on missed passes.
Robinson's missed 2 of those dunk tips he's trying to make tonight.
Anderson trying to get it kicked out of bounds. That's going to be a new 24-second clock with a minute 19 to go in the first half. Minute 19 away from Ernie Johnson and Cheryl Miller and former Magic coach Brian Hill. The Nike halftime report. All the scores and highlights. PJ Carlissimo talking to us today. Big fan, watching all our playoff games on Turner Sports. He, of course, critiques everything. But we're going to critique him tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Or you are. I like PJ. He coached with you on the Dream Team.
Yeah, associate on the Dream Team. Used to be at St. Paul. Took his team to the finals. A terrific coach and one of the most generous people. Even picked up the check. I've known him pick up checks.
Ryder and Jones go down to the floor hard.
And Jones trying to beat him to a spot, and that is about as physical a play as we have seen. And Jones says, I'm not going to let you do what you want. But in that case, he was trying to front right. Ryder said, I'm trying for position. Ryder should have just let him go for the position, turned and held him, and he'd had been in position to catch a lob because he had him way out on the floor.
It's a two-shot foul. Second foul on Jones. There are the numbers on the matchup. You see, that's in this season series, the 4 games between the two. You see that Ryder with substantial number advantage in every category. Unfortunately for Ryder, also in the turnover category.
Jones has a reputation and is a very good defensive player. Averages 2.3 steals a game, is 4th in the league. But this is different playing Ryder with Ryder's physical strength on the low post.
Ryder weighs 215 pounds.
Amazing.
And Eddie Jones, they're about the same size height-wise. Eddie Jones only weighs 190. That's a significant difference at the two-guard matchup in terms of strength. That's why Byron Scott plays him a lot, because Byron, particularly later in his career, has gotten to be more and more muscular, and he has a little bit better chance of rooting Isaiah Ryder around. Trying to get it into Campbell. Shot clock down to 10.
They want to go to this matchup because they think Campbell can beat Wallace around the box.
Shaquille has 19 points now with that tip-in. 19 for Shaq. 47 seconds to go in the half. Lakers by 8 points.
They're going to continue to look at this Ryder matchup. Then they're going to get Sabonis on a back pick and take their choice.
Trying to back in Shaquille behind the back pass. Laker ball. 8 Portland turnovers, only 4 for the Lakers in this first half. Only 4.
And yet it's only a 1-point lead because the Lakers have not shot the ball well, except for the power inside. Campbell and O'Neal. That's where they've got most of their points.
Yeah, the guards once again not able to contribute much point-wise for the Los Angeles Lakers here tonight. Jones has 2 points. Van Exel has 2 points. Fisher has no points. Scott has 4.
This is kind of a special play. They've got an isolation. O'Neal on Sabonis and draws a foul, and if looked at carefully, might have walked on that play. Very close to a walk.
Shaquille, I talked to him just before the game when we were about to do our opening comments. That's the second foul on Wallace. Shaquille O'Neal was as focused on this game as I've ever seen him. And as you know, we've done a lot of games when he was at Orlando and here with the Lakers. He's now 6 out of 7 from the free throw line tonight.
Much more confident on that free throw line, and this puts them in a position. He starts making free throws, particularly down the stretch. Then you can't foul him. That changes a lot of people's thinking in terms of how to play this club.
Well, the story's kind of missed with the free throw that he missed when the Lakers lost to Portland. He's now 7 out of 8. Was that he had injured his hand just before he had to go make those free throws, and it may have distracted him a bit, but he's definitely improved with that work with Magic Johnson. Travis Knight, speaking of improved, the rookie gets another rebound at the buzzer. Van Exel misses, and the Lakers lead it by 3 at the half, thanks to the $121 million man. 21 points for Shaquille, 6 boards, and 7 out of 8 from the free throw line. Nike halftime report right around the corner.
Employing powerful new tools, scientists unlock the secrets of exotic life.
If you love the mouth-bending blast you get from a Butterfinger, but just want a little, now you can have it with Butterfinger BBs. Bite-sized bursts of crispity, crunchity Butterfinger that give you blast after blast. Have a Butterfinger Blast from Nestle.
Had a real tough early season there.
So I've got a couple of ideas here that are going to be a little unique. Each one of you guys has got a battery inside.
Coach, are these girl shoes? Whatever works.
And you think, man, I can't go on. But hey, he keeps going, doesn't he?
At Pennzoil, we know brutal driving doesn't just take place on a racetrack. It begins at the end of your driveway. You stop, you go. You stop, you go. If this reminds you of your commute, we recommend you use Pennzoil motor oil. Pennzoil, formulated for today's stop-and-go driving.
Morning, Bob. Morning, Henry.
Stop, go, Pennzoil.
You all wear Zoom Air. You know how responsive it is. How do you feel about wearing shoes that make you even faster? Gary, conflicting emotions?
Well, I keep telling myself I'm doing it for the team. They need me to be explosive. But sometimes that's not even enough. The hardest part is putting them on. When I'm lacing them up, I always try to think of happy things. Like ice cream, or puppies, or shrimp.
Gary, you are one sweet guy. Did everybody hear the puppy part?
Ladies and gentlemen, your Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah! Game time, everybody. Game time. Hey, that's right.
The action is hot out west tonight. TNT, the game you're watching, the Lakers leading the Blazers at the break 43-40 as Shaq has 21. Meantime, the Suns and Sonics playing right now on TBS as they go to timeout in the fourth quarter in a close game at Key Arena. For the final time tonight, we welcome you to the Nike Halftime Report. Ernie Johnson, Cheryl Miller, and Brian Hill. Earlier tonight here on TNT, the reigning champs opened their defense and proved you don't have to have a good shooting night if you dominate the offensive glass. The Bulls overcame 38% shooting with a 20-8 edge on the offensive boards to win by a dozen. We go to the United Center, Michael Jordan and company taking aim at a fifth banner in a 7-year span. And in the second quarter, Jordan on the drive. He had 12 points in the first half. Bernie Bickerstaff's guys, though, hung right with him. What a feed by Rod Strickland to Calbert Chaney. Strickland had 19, 10, and 8 tonight. Jordan spins, makes it 49-43. Jordan open J, 62-56 Chicago. Washington hanging. Juwan Howard cuts the gap to 5. But here's Michael again. 29 points, 8 boards, 8 assists. Dennis Rodman, 1 point, 9 rebounds in 23 minutes and ejected from that game. The Bulls win it without him, 98-86 to take a 1-0 lead. Michael Jordan satisfied, but not exactly thrilled with Chicago's performance.
It's the first game of the playoffs, and a lot of times you have a little bit, some tension, some overconfidence, and whatever. We just didn't seem to flow as well as we have, and I think that's good. That gives us something to build upon.
Always looking for that extra little motivation, something to get you going. The offensive boards, the story tonight.
Oh, it was huge for Chicago. They did it by a lot of different ways. Matter of fact, we'll start with Scottie Pippen with the long shot. Now, underneath, watch Dennis Rodman and Ron Harper with the box out. Look, 6-6 going against 7-7. Then Scottie Pippen again with the shot. Luke Longley simply out-hustles and out-muscles Big George, and you know Scottie's not going to finish. He is going to finish with that easy shot, and all Bernie can do is laugh. Guarantee you there won't be any laughing in that film room.
The big game from Rod Strickland and Howard offensively, which they needed, but they've got to find a way to get Chris Webber involved offensively and on the glass to be effective against Chicago.
Webber and Howard with 9 rebounds and 9 fouls combined. When the Nike Halftime Report continues, we're going to check out the other Eastern Conference opener. Would the home court edge pay off for Steve Smith and the Hawks as they hooked up with the Pistons? The answer coming up.
This is the 97 Dodge Avenger. It offers huge 17-inch tires for stability, a rigid body structure for quiet, and a sophisticated system of valves and bushings for optimum tuning of ride and handling. We thought we'd start there, because if we started with Avenger's new design, we'd never get your attention back to bushings and valves. Now get 3.9% financing for 60 months or cash back.
The critics agree. Volcano is spectacular, explosively entertaining, and eye-popping thriller. Hold on! Take the ride. Volcano has it all. Rated PG-13. The Coast is Toast, now playing.
If you love the mouth-bending blast you get from a Butterfinger, but just want a little, now you can have it with Butterfinger BBs. Bite-sized bursts of crispity, crunchity Butterfinger that give you blast after blast. Have a Butterfinger blast from Nestle.
It happened one day.
Just after sunrise in Hunan, Shen Cheng became the first in his village to call America. Lloyd moved from Lone Pine to the global village. And a man named Riley scouted 6 NBA teams at one time. Later, a banker sent $500 million and hope to workers halfway around the world. And a reporter sent word that the citizens of Claremont were all safe and sound.
Nothing is impossible. Well, we've got to believe that too.
As Christopher Reeve inspired a room full of people 1,000 miles away. 220 million times a day, people share information, ideas, and dreams on the most powerful network on Earth. And from a world away, a tiny voice reached Shen Cheng.
Hi, Papa.
AT&T. It's all within your reach.
Perfect for any game, Domino's has the perfect play. Choose from 3 delicious crusts. There's classic hand-tossed, crunchy thin crust, or big as a dunk, sweet as a swish. There's the ultimate deep dish. So make the call and have it all.
Domino's! Wow, now!
Call now, and you can enjoy delicious Domino's pizza during the game. And why not add some of Domino's spicy buffalo wings or steaming hot breadsticks?
Welcome back to the Nike Halftime Report. Earlier tonight, Eastern Conference first rounder, Game 1, Grant Hill, 43-39. Pistons leading at the half over the Hawks. Dikembe Mutombo. It is not the prettiest thing on earth, but it's effective. Mutombo had 26 points and 15 rebounds on the night. Grant Hill keeping the Pistons close, skying for the dunk. And then Mookie Blaylock at the end of the third quarter, right off the square and in. They're up by 3, and then Doug Collins' guys could not get it done in the fourth quarter. Mutombo capping off his night with yet another sky hook as Atlanta wins it 89-75. Grant Hill did have 20 points and 14 rebounds and 7 assists, but he couldn't get it done in the fourth quarter, and that was the key to this game, Brian.
Without question, no points in the fourth quarter, and Atlanta did a good job. They got it out of his hands with some double teams and made the other people step up. But if they want to have a chance in this series, Grant Hill is going to have big fourth quarters because they're all going to be close games.
Atlanta takes a 1-0 lead, Game 2 of that series, Sunday night right here on TNT. This was so much fun, Brian. I hope they'll come back tomorrow night.
The pleasure was all mine working with both of you.
And you will be here, right?
I definitely hope so.
There we go.
Well, we're planning on it, too. Thanks for being here. As we take a timeout, a reminder that right now on TBS, you can catch the Suns and the Sonics, while here on TNT, you're watching the Blazers and the Lakers, and you're seeing Shaq at his devastating best. He's got 21 points in the first 24 minutes. Rocking the rim for a couple here. We'll be back.
www.what?
Look.
What
The logo's rotating. That is very cool. I like that.
Yeah.
You guys do this all day? No, not all day.
Just most of the day.
Wow, that is very cool. What is that? The logo's on fire.
Why is the logo on fire?
It's a flaming logo. Yeah.
We're checking out different business websites.
We're trying to determine our website strategy.
Website strategy, huh?
Yeah.
You ever think about using this to sell something?
IBM helps business websites do business.
Housekeeping. Excuse me. Checking out?
Uh-huh.
We'll change the room.
Holiday Inn hotels are undergoing a $1 billion renovation to make every Holiday Inn as good as the best Holiday Inn.
Oh, you're back. Your toothbrush.
That means we're changing a lot more than the sheets. Holiday Inn, on the way.
We have triplets.
Boy, did we need Dutch Boy.
With them,
Hey, stop that.
we couldn't take a chance with some ordinary paint.
No way.
So we got Dutch Boy low odor kids room paint.
It's tougher. Much tougher.
You can scrub it and the paint won't come off.
We scrub it a lot.
We even use the new furniture and trim paint.
If only we could paint the rugs, curtains, and bedspreads with it.
They make a paint for that?
Give your home the lasting look.
Boy, did we need Dutch Boy.
Hey, Brett. These guys have a beer menu. This beer is made with lingonberries. Ooh, and this one has a dash of espresso. Aura of forbidden coconut. 2 Coors.
Since 1873, original Coors, pure and simple.
Peach medley.
You see this? This beer has beer in it.
Here's what's going on in the NBA playoffs tonight on TNT, the game you're watching, Blazers and Lakers nearing the beginning of the third quarter. Meantime, on TBS, the Suns and the Sonics, it's a one-point game with about 3.5 to play. You can catch it on TBS. For a wrap-up of the entire night in the NBA, check out Vince Cellini and B.J. Armstrong on Inside the NBA here on TNT right after the Blazers and Lakers. And tomorrow on TNT, we have a single game, the Clippers and the Jazz, but we precede that with a half-hour pregame show. Brian Hill will be here, so will Cheryl Miller, and we'll cap the whole thing off with Inside the NBA.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What can I do for you?
2 copies, please.
Yesterday, Evelyn Hartwell fulfilled a dream big enough to change her life, small enough to hold in her hand. She got the keys to her first home.
Thank you.
By the way, congratulations.
For a free guide that can help you get a home of your own, call the Fannie Mae Foundation. We're showing America a new way home.
The Krylon Touch means making the old look new. The Krylon Touch. And the boring becomes beautiful. Show your true colors. Don't just paint, give it the Krylon Touch. Only with Krylon.
The stuff you keep under here isn't made to be used on here. Try N-Dust for electronics with anti-static to safely clean and repel dust. No wax, no ammonia. So scrub your hardwood, but protect your hardware. N-Dust for electronics.
Wherever you are right now, DirecTV and the Independent Film Channel would like to send you to the New York Film Festival. That's right, you can win a trip for 2 to New York City just by tuning to Platinum Presents on Channel 267 and entering the DirecTV IFC Film Festival sweepstakes. And in addition to the sweepstakes, you'll find out why Total Choice Platinum is the ultimate entertainment value on TV. To find out how you can be headed to the New York Film Festival, just tune to Channel 267 right now.
Somewhere lies the greatest of all trails. It has blue skies, gray skies, and black skies. It's made of rock, dirt, concrete, and sometimes nothing but air. No one knows where it starts or where it ends. Have you ever come across this trail? Keep it to yourself. I've got a whole life left to search.
Get outdoor life now with Total Choice Gold on DirecTV.
Welcome back to the Great Western Forum. We've had everything that was advertised in this first game here between the 4th-seeded Lakers and the 5th-seeded Portland Trailblazers. Lakers up by 3 points here, and it has been a Shaquille O'Neal story. Everybody thought it would be, but Shaquille has really had a coming-out party tonight. He has scored 21 points from the Lakers, 22 from the rest of the Lakers. That said, Portland's right in this ballgame.
Yeah, they really are. Kenny Anderson's had a pretty good first half. They've gotten scoring from just about every position. It's more balanced than the Lakers. The Lakers probably need to get some other people a little bit more involved. But we've got a good one here. And, you know, the interesting thing to me that neither club looks very nervous. You would think that there would be more nerves.
Almost regular season.
Yeah, regular season. Both pretty confident of their abilities. And Van Exel struggled. He may come alive, but Kenny Anderson down the stretch is going to be, he's going to take over the game a little bit more, I can assure you.
Oh, I wonder what P.J. Carlissimo was thinking about all of this at halftime. Let's find out from Lisa Leslie.
Shaquille O'Neal and Elvin Campbell both had very strong halves. What are you going to do to adjust your defense for the second half?
Well, we got to get a little bit better help down in there on them. And again, our biggest concern is the scoreboard. We don't like guys getting as many points as they have, but as long as we stay all right on the scoreboard, we're not going to change too much. But we got to get better help on them, and we got to get on the boards. The boards are usually a key for us. The things that we think are important are rebounds and free throws. We're not doing a good job in either area.
So you're at least worried anything about the foul situation?
Not now, not right now. We got to play better defense. If we get in foul trouble playing better defense, that'd be a good problem to have.
Okay, Coach. Well, thanks and good luck.
Thanks, Lisa.
Here's a statistical story. First of all, the Lakers' biggest lead was 6 points. Portland's biggest was 4. 7 ties, 5 lead changes. And there's the shooting percentages in there. Look at the free throw situation as O'Neal has only missed 1 free throw. Let's take a look at some of the highlights jumping from that first half.
Well, there's Sabonis with that hook shot off the glass. Ryder, no-look pass. Trent makes a tough shot underneath the basket. And Shaquille O'Neal has been very dominant, wheeling in the lane. A tremendous force for the Lakers. Here he comes from the top, misses it the first time, tips it back in. Here he just dominates inside, forces himself in the lane, and here's a lob up over the top and gets that one.
And Shaquille O'Neal, you see in 15 minutes, he had 18 touches and 21 points. And look at that free throw story.
7 for 8, and that is a huge difference in this game. And here's a little down-court pressure by the Lakers to open the half.
From the Great Western Forum, round 1, game 1, Lakers 4th seed, Portland 5th seed in the Western playoffs for 1997. Sabonis turnaround fadeaway.
Turned right into O'Neal. O'Neal had great position. He faded away. Got that great touch. Kind of lofts it over him.
Arvidas with 10 points. O'Neal left alone. Gets the easy lay-in, has 23. Remember, in the regular season, Shaquille averaged 31.5 a game versus Portland.
That's a double high, and they really got in trouble on their coverage on that particular play. He just rolled and was wide open. And if I were Del Harris, I'd go right back to see if they can defend it.
You see they're posting up Isaiah Ryder again to try to get Eddie Jones into foul trouble, and they're working on it. He has 3 now. That's first team foul, and Eddie Jones with 3 early here in the second half. Wallace fouled hard by Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, Shaquille O'Neal has learned about playoff basketball. It wasn't a flagrant foul, and it's only his 2nd foul. But you're just not going to come into his territory and get an easy basket. You're going to have to take a tough hit. And here's an example. Wallace going to the basket, and he just bangs him hard. And it is a flagrant. I understand the way it was committed when he went in with his forearm like that and knocked him off balance. Tough call for the official, but I think they want to keep this game under control.
On the flagrant one, which this is, you got 2 shots and the ball for Portland. You know, Shaquille said after that loss, season-ending loss to Portland, he said that he was really physically manhandled by Portland. And he was going to bring some physical to the game himself, and you see a little bit of it there. That's the 2nd personal foul on Shaquille O'Neal.
If he even touches you, it looks like a flagrant.
Rasheed Wallace working on the baseline against Campbell. Turnover, Lakers ball. 45-43, Los Angeles by 2. Just under 11 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Campbell dishes to O'Neal.
That's that same play, and they're going to have to do something about controlling that because they're having their way. All Van Exel does is come off. They slip quickly, throw back to the top. Then they've got high-low action, which is very difficult to handle.
Forward played very well for Portland in the regular season. Not so here so far tonight. Anderson missing, O'Neal rebounding. Shaq is hit, by the way, his last 8 shots and has 25 points to go with 7 rebounds. Looking for Shaq. Or he sets a back screen for Van Exel, but Shaq's going to shoot it. He's hit 9 shots in a row. 27 for Shaq.
A turnaround, a fadeaway on the baseline. Recently won a basketball game with that same shot. And he is so aggressive offensively. More so, I think, than I've ever seen him.
Back to Sabonis, who has 10 points. 5 on the shot clock. Good move by Sabonis and a beautiful pass to Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah, what they've got to do, they've got to make Shaquille work. He's having his own way. He's dominating inside, scoring at will. So PJ says, let's go back at him. Let's try to take something out of him, and maybe he can slow down his scoring. Now he's got an isolation over there.
Look at the spin from Shaquille. That's his first miss out of the last 10 shots.
That's a little bit different look than normally you see from Shaquille O'Neal, where they actually give it to him on the elbow. He faces you and tries to take your guy off the dribble.
You know, he got his 21 points in the first half on only 12 shots. The rest of the team had 29, so it wasn't as though Shaquille was just knocking it down constantly. Cliff Robinson doesn't get the 3 rebound. Shaquille O'Neal. Offensive foul.
Interesting call. Could have gone either way. Second foul on Ori. Looks like he hooked him with his arm.
Just looking up at the scoreboard, Chuck, see a really close game going on between Phoenix and Seattle, which is over on our sister network, TBS. I'll tell you something, folks. You need 2 TV screens. A lot of
Picture.
Pictures. That's what you have. The pip. Phoenix came back down the lead late in the game. I don't know what it is right this moment, but Shaquille came away with a loose ball to Eddie Jones. Beats the field for the finger roll. And the Lakers are extending the lead. Their biggest lead in the first half was 6 points, and that's what the lead is here with 8:23 to go, third period. Timeout, Blazers.
The NBA playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust. By Dutch Boy Paints. Give your home the lasting look of Dutch Boy. And by Fila. Change the game.
It's the only one out there. And here it comes. The only compact pickup to offer a third door. Okay, folks, show's over. Chevy S10, like a rock.
What are you doing to the boards?
Throw elbow.
Guy's on a fast break.
Trip him.
When a guy looks at you.
Refer to his mother.
What's this? He's got it. No more Mr. Nice Guy.
No more. No more. Wait, this isn't me. I gotta play with decency, honesty. I gotta play clean.
Nice shot.
I was abused as a child, and now I have a son of my own. I haven't done anything to harm my baby. I never would. I know there's a better way of disciplining your children than hurting them. I love my son very much, and I don't want to hurt him, but I don't want to take any chances. Maybe you could help me. He is 2 now, and I'm afraid I would do the same thing to him as my mom did to me.
Ernie Johnson in our Atlanta studios. A chunk of NBA playoff history has just been made tonight in Seattle by Rex Chapman of the Phoenix Suns. Here's the way Kevin Harlan called it on TBS.
Sonics need to stop. Desperately. Shot clock at 5. Can he get the record? He got the record! 9 3-point shots for the boy king from Kentucky.
Rex Chapman has 40 points, 9 3-pointers in a game, sets the record. Dan Marley, when he was with Phoenix, had set it.
Cliff Robinson had a dunk just before we got back here. It's 51-47 Lakers, 7:58 to go in the third quarter. And what a story developing there in Phoenix with that 3 and sometime 4 in Seattle with Phoenix on that 3 and sometime 4 guard rotation. How about Rex Chapman?
9 3-pointers, a playoff record, and this is the way they've been living. Kevin Johnson penetrating, dishing off.
Del Harris unhappy with the call. 17 seconds on the shot clock.
PJ, a very calm demeanor.
Kick out from Anderson to Sabonis. Van Exel wants to run. What a lead pass to Ori. Shaquille stepping inside for the jam. Oh, baby.
And right now, they're getting out on a run. They've got 2 easy baskets by throwing ahead. Turnover and missed shot by the Portland Trail Blazers, and they're going to have to get to something where they can try to score.
Shaq with 29. Anderson with penetration. Wallace is fouled by Ori. Shaquille has brought the whole game tonight.
There's a dish off. Ori on the run out. Steps inside here, and with authority slams it down. But Kenny Anderson, understanding the urgency on the other end, penetrates very quickly, dishes off to Rasheed Wallace, and Wallace going to the free throw line. He does that, it gets inside as well as anyone in the league.
And that's 3 fouls on Ori. He's going to go to the bench, and Jerome Kersey checks in.
And Rasheed Wallace missing another free throw. He's only basically a 64% free throw shooter. And it's starting to haunt them right now. Missed free throws.
Missed that one. He's 3 of 8 here tonight. 37%. 53-47 Lakers. 7 minutes to go, third period. Team that wins the first game of these 5-game series, Eldon Campbell is fouled as he misses, wins 80% of the series. Let's check in with Lisa Leslie. Lisa.
At halftime, Coach Dale Harris told me that he was happy with the Lakers scoring and said he wouldn't mind if Shaquille scored all the points as long as the offense keeps moving. He feels that keeping the Lakers offense in motion will prevent Portland's big men from closing things down in the middle.
Thanks, Lisa. Particularly Shaquille O'Neal as Dudley checks into the game for Wallace, who has 3 fouls.
Well, they've went to this double high post, and it's really created a problem for Portland. Van Exel comes off either side. They roll, they go high-low, and they're getting to a power game, which the Blazers have a hard time handling. That's one of the reasons we're seeing Dudley in the game. We're going to see Dudley and Sabonis together to try to shut down that inside game.
Anderson to Sabonis, 1 of the 3. Kick the ball, LA, new shot clock. 6:39 to go in the period. The Lakers with a 7-point lead. That's their biggest lead, by the way, of the game. Lakers had been led by as many as 6 in the first half.
Right now, the Trailblazers are struggling to get any kind of a good shot, and that's going to have to be created by Kenny Anderson. Here they're going to go to that isolation on Ryder.
They couldn't do anything with it, had to get rid of it. Good defensive play by Eddie Jones to rake the ball loose, and now the foul.
Credit LA's defense. They're making it very, very difficult to enter passes and or give up any kind of a decent shot.
That's 2 on Jerome Kersey. Eddie Jones creating the havoc by stripping the ball loose. And there's the foul on Kersey as he reached it on Sabonis.
Caught him on the arm. He doesn't want the call, but Del Harris doesn't mind. Kersey coming off the bench can handle the extra foul because he doesn't get that many minutes where he's in danger of fouling out.
Push from Shaquille O'Neal on Sabonis to miss. That's 3 on Shaq. Let's take a look at our Chevy scoreboard. Playoff action just getting underway. Day 2. Atlanta takes a 1-0 lead with the 14-point win over Detroit at the Omni. Chicago beat Washington and leads in that series by 1-0. And Phoenix with a 5-point lead and just brief beats of the heart left in that game. And that game is being played at Seattle. The Chevy scoreboard immediately following the game inside the NBA. Don't forget.
Right now, we've got a little power outage in terms, not on the TV, but in terms of scoring for the Trailblazers. And they're going to have to find a way, and they're going to have to pick it up defensively.
Eldon Campbell. Anderson with the rebound. One of the better with another call, a foul against LA.
One of the things that's happened, LA's picked up their defense much more intense, and I felt in this quarter thus far, LA's pretty much had their own way, gotten very easy shots, and I think what's going to happen for Portland to get back in this game, although they're not out of it by any means, they're only down 5 with Sabonis on the line.
That's 2 personal fouls, by the way, on Eldon Campbell. 6 minutes to go in the period. Lakers lead of 7 has been cut to 3. Don't see so much substituting so far here in the third quarter, but this is about the point of the first when we started seeing both coaches go to the benches. Shaquille, his foul as he leans inside. Dudley and Sabonis both defending down there on the block. Sabonis is second.
All they do is they put Shaquille O'Neal at the top, give him a guard back pick. He slides down to the baseline. They dump it inside. Then he's on the move to the baseline. Makes it very, very difficult to get him under control. One of his few misses tonight, surprisingly.
7 out of 9. There's his coach. 8 out of 10, 80% ain't bad, even by the standards of a Magic Johnson.
Well, he's got the ball more in his fingertips. He's snapping it off a little bit more, gotten out of his palm a little bit.
Sabonis missing from three-point land. Dudley down there to rebound. His turnaround in the paint. Rattles out of there. Rebound Shaquille O'Neal to Eddie Jones. Lakers have a 3-on-3. Nice pass into Campbell. Left-hand jam. Credit Eddie Jones with intelligent play, good vision for that assist, and it's a 6-point Lakers lead again with 5:14 in the period. Portland struggling. Neal loses it out of bounds. Blazers ball.
Struggling to score in this particular quarter. They're really, and it's allowing the Lakers to run out. They've run out at least 3 times. They're 3 for 9 in this quarter, and that's where their problem lies.
Look at the power of that. Whoa. Elton Campbell, Clemson. 24-second clock for the Trailblazers. 5 minutes to go in the period. And that's a 5-second violation as Robinson couldn't get the ball inbound.
That's good scouting, good defense. That's paying attention to the out-of-bounds play. You've got to run them more crisply and maybe even change them up sometime, give them more options because they play the play.
Look at the final. Phoenix has taken a 1-0 lead over Seattle. Remember, the team that wins the first game in the 5-game series wins the series 80% of the time, and Phoenix with an upset over Seattle.
That's basically our first upset of the playoffs, and a little bit of more than a little bit of a surprise. But Seattle really struggling in the air, and there's Kenny Anderson. He's going to get more offense in mind and try to create and make more things happen. He knows his club is struggling.
Campbell picks up his 3rd personal foul, and Anderson now with 9 points, a chance to make it 10 as he steps to the free throw line. The guard from New York City, played at Georgia Tech, played for the Nets when Chuck coached there.
And he was an all-star during that time. He had and 1 year he broke a bone in his thumb. We were headed for a great year, but he is a tremendous offensive player. And one thing PJ touched on today was the fact that his defense has really improved over the last third of the year, and that was important for him to become a total player.
Van Exel finally gets something to go. 5-point Lakers lead. Nick has struggled tonight. He's 2 of 8 from the field, only 4 points. Good reception by him.
Kenny has really distributed the ball. This guy, Cliff Robinson, has really struggled to make anything happen tonight.
Oh, that's goaltending. It's a nice highlight. Yeah, Cliff Robinson has a reputation of slipping during the playoffs. Of course, he's been a mainstay at Portland for the last several years.
And right now, 2 for 8 for 4 points. Hasn't had a lot of shots, but enough to make something happen. He settled for 2 tip dunks and about 3 long-range threes, and that won't get it done. He's got to try to get to the line or get some easy baskets to get on track a little bit in the playoffs.
Gary Trent comes in. Sabonis will sit down. That foul was on Jerome Kersey. Gary Trent and Wallace have really done the job. Wallace on the bench right now. The 2 sophomores, you might call them here, for the Portland Trailblazers this year. Whistles coming more frequently now. That's going to be on Dudley for the push, his 2nd.
Campbell going to that low post. And Chris Dudley say, I had my forearm. The official says no. He said you had both hands on his hip.
3-point Lakers lead. 3:42 to go, 3rd period. Sean Rooks getting a couple of minutes here with the ball. Tries to power inside, and he's going to be fouled. Cliff Robinson said, I don't know, maybe he needs to not wear the headband during the playoffs.
Watch carefully here. This was a very tough play. He did come down and hit him across the arms, but when you're turned into like that physically, it makes it very difficult for you to defend because you basically have no place to go. If he doesn't bring his hand down across the arms, then perhaps he can get away with the charge.
Sean Rooks. You see his last 10 games, as Del Harris was telling us, has been very effective, particularly muscling inside. And he's averaging in limited minutes 5 free throw attempts a game the last 10, which gives you an idea of how active offensively Sean Rooks has been.
Well, with the loss of Shaquille O'Neal and they lost Campbell for a few games, he has really stepped up. And that's one of the problems for Del Harris. He's saying, these guys can all play. How do I get them all minutes? So it becomes delicate in terms of substitution and or minutes.
4-point lead for the Lakers. Anderson, nice feed to Gary Trent. Missed it. Dudley rebounds and puts it back. Trent, who's averaging 11 points a game this year, in about 23 minutes. A little over 5 rebounds. Percy. Byron Scott. Inside to Campbell against Dudley. He's in too deep. So deep he missed.
At that point, you've got to come a little bit to the top. I think that defensively, when they go to this power game with Shaquille O'Neal and Campbell, and they're working, your guards on top, even though they're not doubling, have got to step in there and try to get a hand in. That's the difference between good and great defenses.
Anderson running Van Exel off picks down on the baseline. Van Exel's going to have to go to the sauna after this ball game. He is being pounded, and Anderson is running him ragged. Lakers by 2. Van Exel left alone for a moment. Drains the 3. That's only his 3rd field goal of the game. 2 deuces and that triple.
He'll do that to you. He'll lull you to sleep, but then nail that long-range 3.
Pass inside, nicely done again to Gary Trent.
Kenny has a tendency, and it's a good tendency, when his team is struggling, he tries to take over the game and sometimes gets him in a little bit of trouble, but a lot of times he can get you back in it.
Well, Portland's back in it, trailing only by 3, minute 55 to go in the 3rd.
Call your cable operator today and ask about CNN-SI, the sports news network.
Only by going alone in silence can one get into the heart of the wilderness. All other travel is mere dust and hotels and baggage and chatter.
Excitement explodes into your dish on DirecTV. Join the excitement when thousands of car customizers live to flex their automotive muscles. And they're the most ferocious racing machines on earth, with over 4,500 horsepower, capable of speeds in excess of 300 miles per hour. Watch as spectators turn out for the fire in the pipe. Catch these titles playing in the 190s. The earth shakes and the heart stops this month on Direct Ticket.
Well, Shaquille O'Neal has had a heyday at the free throw line here tonight as the Lakers lead it by 3. His mentor and tutor is with Lisa Leslie right here.
Irvin, I know that you played a big part in helping Shaquille come back with his injury. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, as you know, you were there practicing with us at that time, and what I tried to do is give him some rhythm and tell him to also shoot the same way every single time. And what happened was his guide hand, he held it on the ball too long. And so what I wanted to do is tell him to release that guide hand and just follow through. And now he's got a rhythm. I told him, you're a rapper, so you know things about rhythm. Shoot your shot just as you were rapping. And now he's got a beat to his shot. Just like Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, they do the same things all the time, and I try to get him to do the same thing every single time.
Well, there you have it from one of the best in the game.
All right, thanks, Lisa. We're going to have to get back. That was Jerome Kersey. We're going to have to get back to Lisa to find out how she does one-on-one with Magic in those practices. I have a feeling that Lisa, I thought she was posting him up down there for the interview.
She's got size on her.
That's right. Ever won one of the games, Lisa, the playoff, the pickup games? We'll find out.
But I played with Magic and Shaquille on my team.
Ah, good selection.
So I was guaranteed to win.
That's why you got your great education at Southern Cal, huh?
Fight on, Trojans.
Lisa Leslie making her debut here as a sideline reporter. She'll be playing in the WNBA. Went to high school at Morningside, not far from Inglewood. Shaquille. just, dare I say it again, unstoppable.
Dominating inside, split the double team. But the real problem for the Trailblazers, they've turned it over 10 times. LA only 5, plus the fact they're not making free throws. You've got to make free throws in playoff games.
Gary Trent missing. Nice save by Byron Scott to Derek Fisher, who just checked in. Shaq has 32 points, by the way. Travis Knight in. 37 seconds to go in the period, and Del Harris has gone to his bench here with the Lakers and their 7-point lead. That matches their biggest of the game. Fisher, tough shot. And we're going to get a Laker foul with only 24 seconds to go in the period. And that's going to be 3 on Jerome Kersey.
Yeah, Jerome arguing that he thought it was offensive goaltending.
.3 seconds remaining in the period. Both teams in the bonus, and it's an adventure time now for Portland as Chris Dudley. I thought that was interesting, speaking of free throws. I thought it was interesting what Magic Johnson said about the guide hand and the release hand and the rhythm of stepping up to the line. And I would think something like that could maybe get Shaquille to stop thinking about the mechanics so much.
Yeah, I think that's important that they do take the thought process out of it. Just make it action-reaction type of thing rather than dwelling on it. And I think right now they've got to be happy as clams, quite frankly, the way he's shooting free throws.
Chris Dudley has said in interviews before he can't get his conscious brain out of it. He thinks about it very mechanically. He's 0 for 4 tonight. Had the save, then the foul on Anderson for the hold, or else Kersey would have had a breakaway. Kenny Anderson picked up his 3rd foul with 21 seconds to go in the period.
Well, we just talked about it. The Trailblazers, with their free throw shooting and turnovers, have got them in trouble here in this quarter. Even at that, only 7 down and a basket or 2, although Kersey going to the line could lengthen this lead to 9 points.
Jerome Kersey, the energizer for the Los Angeles Lakers. I've said before, former Portland Trailblazers. Now Robert Horry back into the game as Shaquille O'Neal is going to sit down, so I guess that makes Travis Knight the center. With Horry and Kersey, Fisher, and Scott on the floor for this final 20 seconds.
Well, I'm sure that it's a way to get Shaquille a little bit more rest. Plus, don't want to pick up a quick foul. And they'll go to a little trap with this club. Watch carefully. Little 2-man trap. Normally, the Trailblazers do well against this, and this time they scored again. We've talked about it before. 8 out of 10 times, they'll probably score against that trap. That was a little bit of a break for them because they needed a field goal.
Oh, Fisher almost got the points back at the buzzer. Rimmed out of there. That's the end of the 3rd period. The Lakers leading it by 6. 12 minutes of playoff basketball remaining in game 1, round 1. Look at Shaquille. 4 points have been scored more than his by the rest of the team, 32-36.
I do not drive to work. I do not drive to get from point A to point B. I do not drive to run away from the world. I just love to drive.
The new 1997 Monte Carlo. Personal space from genuine Chevrolet. The cars more Americans trust.
My name is Spencer White. Not here looking for runners. Go where the runners are. You gotta smell them. So many feet, so little time. It's called a DMX Run from Reebok. Where the blazes am I? Yeah, it's an air transfer cushioning system.
Can we have a pack?
Air moves back and forth underneath the foot. I could be out here for some time, sort of like Lewis and Clark. Some people think it's kind of crazy to spend this much time talking about a shoe. I think she likes him, she's smiling. And I wouldn't do it unless I really believed in it. Next up, coffee.
We did the smart thing.
And bought the worst house in the best neighborhood.
Boy, did we need Dutch Boy.
It really lasts, especially on the outside.
And it makes the inside look beautiful.
We trust Dutch Boy.
It handled Jenny's science experiments.
And Bobby's soccer tryout.
And still looks good enough to make the neighbors jealous.
Thanks to Dutch Boy, we have the best house in the neighborhood.
Well, at least we have the best paint job.
Give your home the lasting look.
Boy, did we need Dutch Boy.
Perfect for any game, Domino's has the perfect play. Choose from 3 delicious crusts. There's classic hand-tossed, crunchy thin crust, or big as a dunk, sweet as a swish. There's the ultimate deep dish. So make the call and have it all.
Domino's. Wow, now.
Call now, and you can enjoy a delicious Domino's pizza during the game. And why not add some of Domino's spicy buffalo wings or steaming hot breadsticks?
This program is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the National Basketball Association. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the expressed written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Los Angeles Lakers with their 6-point lead here going to the 4th and final quarter. You see the scoring by quarters has been relatively balanced, save for the 16 points Portland was held to. And Portland's free throws really have made the difference in this game.
Yeah, they really have. 11 of 4, 21, 52%. A club that shoots 71%. There's plenty of time. 6 points is a very small margin in this basketball game.
12 minutes to play. Lakers up 6. Shaq back on the floor. Dudley guarding Shaquille. Travis Knight, the rookie, guarded by Rasheed Wallace. Shot clock at 7. And to Shaq. Fouled as he drives. He goes to that jump step.
He really does, and he's working so hard to get the basketball, and then working twice as hard to get a shot. And you're right, he leaves his feet and jumps to that stop, and he's so quick at doing it. He just evades any kind of body pressure and can get the ball to the basket.
That's 3 fouls on Chris Dudley, as O'Neal is now 8 of 11 at the free throw line.
The interesting part of that sequence was Dudley was fronting him and fighting him on one side of the floor. They swung the ball, and late in the clock, they were able to get the ball to Shaquille O'Neal. Otherwise, Dudley has done a good job. And they're resting Sabonis, and they get the 2 misses. Maybe as he tires, his free throw shooting won't be quite as good as it has been early in this game.
Yeah, which makes sense and is often the case. Dudley has 11 rebounds, by the way. Dick Ravenna came up to Shaq in between his free throws, made him tuck in his jersey. His jersey was hanging out. Just one more thing to think about. Derek Fisher runs down the loose ball. Lakers by 6 with 11-12 to go in the game, and that foul's going to be on Gary Trent.
I think somehow they're going to have to get Ryder a little bit more involved offensively. He's gone a long time without getting any real touches and looks at the basket. And maybe they have to think, other than going to the post-up, let him come off some screens and make something happen. He's absolutely had no shots in the second half.
Only 2 out of 3 for the game for 7 points for Ryder, who's been really a thorn on the Lakers all year. Shaquille misses. Good defense by Dudley. Hit the side of the backboard, and now officials are going to decide. So it's going to be a sidelines out of bounds.
Sideline out of bounds, and Dudley that time defended well. Came close to committing a foul, but didn't get the call.
Lakers by 6. Just under 11 minutes to go. You haven't heard. Phoenix upset Seattle at Seattle tonight. 106-101. Atlanta beat Detroit by 14, 89-75. Bulls 12-point victors over Washington. That's an offensive foul, and you could see it coming as Trent backed in on Byron Scott.
Well, the active defense of the Lakers on the post-up has made it very difficult tonight. And the Blazers are going to have to figure out some things offensively. And I suspect that this might be the case. You've got to score baskets and try to get people shots in different ways you do in normal season. And they've had so much success going to those post-up, now they're struggling with it.
Got the foul before the shot. Shaq missed it anyway. Another big story in this game is only 5 turnovers. 4th foul on Dudley. 5 turnovers for the Lakers in the entire game. And that's really taking care of the ball. And it also says something about pressure on the ball from the Trailblazer guards.
Well, part of this, they haven't passed the ball a great deal, but pounding into the post. There's no passing allowed, so to speak. They're just working to get to the basket like that, so you're not going to have as many turnovers.
Portland Bull. 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Shaq's missed his last couple of shots now. Kenny Anderson has barely been out of this game here tonight. Neil Robinson relieved him for a moment or two in the second period. Ryder is fouled by Fisher.
That was a 1-2 pick and roll where we have the two guards going at it at pick and roll, and when he rolled down, he got Fisher on him, backed in, and got the call.
Cozy, huh? What? Whoa. Bedroom? No way. Security? Close the transportation! Classic fixtures. Ooh, what do we have here? Bud Light. Go ahead. It's got your name on it. I'll get my own. Nice. Huh?
I'll take it. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
That was close. I was down on my last one.
People make fun of you because you're fast, because you wear Zoom Air. Well, let's turn the tables. Let's pretend that I'm slow. I want you to insult me. Come on, Michael.
You turtle.
Ouch. Let out the aggression. Hey, molasses. That kind of hit boing, right between the eyes. Michael, come on, I can take it, take it.
Mrs. Butterworth.
Mrs. Butterworth, she's slow.
Jerk.
Okay, said that with conviction. But I can take it, because I'm a professional.
Ever wonder what a go-to guy does? Go-to guy. Go-to guy. Go-to guy, huh? Good question. Goes to the board, to the rack, to the right, to the left, to the jump hook, to the spin move, to the power, to the finesse.
Where'd you get that, young man?
Offense, defense.
Rejected by Kevin Garnett.
Go-to guy. Go-to guy, huh? I think I like that. Gotta go.
Time for our Dutch boy in the paint. Well, the Lakers in the paint have been, well, look down there. O'Neal and Sabonis, the matchup. O'Neal has doubled Sabonis's points and a 10-point edge for the Lakers in the paint. Campbell and O'Neal have been the key there.
Yeah, here's some examples of that. There's the lob. Neal misses it, but gets it back, powers it back up. Here he spins away, snaps off a jump shot. Then we go to Eldon Campbell. That's a pick and roll, and he powers it with a left hand. And there's Eldon Campbell, and this is one of the things that P.J. Carlesimo was worried about. If they get their inside game going and keep pounding it inside, it's going to get very difficult for us to handle. And now the decision-making process comes if you, in fact, lose the first game. What are you going to do in the second game? This game is far from over with 9:52 to go, but it's one of the things they're going to have to think about in this next contest.
Sabonis back in the game now, 9:50 to go, as Chuck said. 6-point Lakers lead. Campbell's cooled down some here in the second half. He has only 3 points since halftime. Rasheed Wallace backs in.
There they went single coverage, and he just turned, didn't bring the ball down, used the glass, made it very easy to score. And they've got to find ways to get some baskets and try to get back in this game. It's going to be interesting to see if they're going to continue to play straight up on Shaquille.
There's a double team quickly this time as Wallace tried to help out. Shaquille missed the bank shot. Anderson.
And
he's worth the price of admission, even at the price we pay for tickets.
Yeah, he glides that time, and he knows when to take the basket. One of the problems has been that he gets some of those shots blocked. And he went to sleep for the second time on Van Exel. And Van Exel will come down and rise up on you at long range and really hurt you.
And that stopped a 6-0 Portland run. They had pulled it within 2. Now it's 71-66, 8:46 to go in the ball game. You said it earlier. Van Exel lulled you to sleep, hit the big one. He did that twice here in the second half, even though he has only 13 points in the game. Blocked by O'Neal. Sabonis back with it, and he's...
It's rare that you ever see a hook shot blocked. In fact, you just saw something that you probably have never seen. Very few people have ever seen it happen. Watch carefully. Here he goes, and he gets a shot blocked, a hook shot blocked.
8:34 to go, 71-66 Los Angeles. Campbell wants to take it past Sabonis. Good angle by Sabonis and a turnover from the Lakers. That's only their 6th of the ball game. Robinson. Nothing happening for Cliff Robinson. He is 2 of 9 tonight, and his playoff woes continue.
Kind of tough look there. He went wide on the baseline. He has a tendency, I think, to run too far out. He needs to get closer to take shots. He just isn't doing it, and it's showing in his percentage.
Inside the NBA, right after the ball game, featuring not only Vince Cellini and his guest B.J. Armstrong of the Golden State Warriors, but our virtual reality studio. Got to have a degree in engineering to understand that. It's something to watch, though. Be sure and check it out on Inside the NBA right after tonight's ball game.
On that previous play, watch Sabonis wheeling. Looks like he has single coverage, but watch what happens. From behind, Jerome Kersey.
Look out! The deal there was Portland had only 3 seconds to shoot, had to put up a shot they didn't want. The long rebound was released out to O'Neal, who got the easy jam, and Shaquille has 34.
What tough is? It's the available new Ford Triton 5.4-liter V8. What tough does. What tough is? It's the wide open spaces of the world's only standard third door. What tough does. Tough is what tough does. The new Ford F-150. Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Built Ford Tough.
Okay, check her out. Marathon runner, absolutely. Shin splints, left leg. Needs? Nike Air Max Burst. Excellent choice. Casual runner, not hardcore, 2 miles a day. 2.5. Could use a Fila Silva trainer. Ding. Weekend warrior. I'm thinking Reebok Classic.
Our people at Foot Locker are so good at matching your feet up to exactly the right pair of shoes. It's uncanny.
Rematch next break? I'm there.
Get it right at Foot Locker, where it all begins.
Had a real tough early season there. So I've got a couple of ideas here that are going to be a little unique. Each one of you guys has got a battery inside.
Coach, are these girl shoes? Whatever works.
And you think, man, I can't go on. But hey, he keeps going, doesn't he?
The critics agree. Volcano is spectacular, explosively entertaining, and eye-popping thriller.
Hold on!
Take the ride. Volcano has it all. Rated PG-13. The Coast is Toast, now playing.
Clippers Jazz tomorrow night at 8. Get the NBA playoffs on TNT.
All right, the Lakers on the edge of pulling away here. This matches their biggest lead. It's only 7 points of the game. 7:22 remaining in this game. And here's what our story is. 3 full timeouts for Portland, 4 for the Lakers. Both have the 20. Portland with only 1 foul to give here. They've committed 3 team fouls already, and the Lakers have committed only 1 team foul. We're just halfway through this 4th quarter and a 7-point LA lead.
Well, there's a couple of things that contributed to this lead. First of all, very good defense. The fact that the Trailblazers throughout the game have struggled from the foul line and of late have started to turn it over. They need to find an offensive set where they can make something happen. That's not it.
Lakers with an opportunity to build their biggest lead of the game on this possession. To shoot.
There is no question what the game plan is. It's pound it inside. Don't worry about double teams. Take it to the basket. Get to the free throw line.
Arvydas Sabonis just picked up his 3rd personal foul. And to add to the woes for Sabonis, he is 0 for 4 here in the 4th quarter, shooting the ball too. So they can't get any offense out of their big man. Shaq missed 3 of his last free throws, 3 of his last 4, until he hit that one there. Showtime on NBC starting at 12:30 Eastern Time. On the weekend, Minnesota and the Houston Rockets. Charlotte Hornets at the Knicks.
right now, the way Shaquille is shooting free throws, I think you've got to think about going back and start fouling him when he catches the ball, even though you're in the penalty, because I think you're going to get some opportunities like that to shoot the basketball.
Rasheed Wallace from the corner. He has 15 now. That matches his season average per game. And the Lakers lead it by 6 with 6:22 to go in the game. Eldon Campbell. Nobody can stop him inside either. Campbell and O'Neal. O'Neal and Campbell. The forward combination of those two players, the up-front combination, has been devastating tonight. And to add to that, Robert Horry has only 1 point in the game. And Portland, let's see, did the Lakers hit it?
Ryder says
they did, and the officials say they didn't. Backcourt violation. 13 Portland turnovers, now to 6 for the Lakers. Timeout Portland. Yeah, and P.J. Carlesimo knows that it's getting close to getting away with 5:55 to go.
Check this out, we back at GP's show. Look here, I'm back this year, new and improved.
Now, what makes it possible for Joe to earn such a good living?
The teacher, former world champion Donald Curry. The student, junior middleweight champion Emmett Linton. In the mid-'80s, Donald Curry was regarded as one of the best boxers in the world. Following his retirement, Curry managed the talented Emmett Linton. The one-time friends had a falling out, and bad blood is brewing. They're ready to settle their differences in the ring. Plus the return of former world champion, Canadian Golden Boy Donnie Lalonde. All this month on DirecTV Ringside.
Now playing on DirecTV, superstar Steven Seagal. He's been out for justice.
I have something I'm going to completely clear up that bruise on your forehead. What bruise? That bruise.
He's been under siege more than once.
Take your little sensitive ponytail and your little sissy beads and get out of here.
Now, Steven Seagal has a new partner.
Why don't we just get you some red boots and a cape and you can fly around the city and stop all the crime?
Keenan Ivory Wayans, the high-voltage action thriller, The Glimmer Man.
Vince Cellini back at our virtual studio in Atlanta with a reminder. Join B.J. Armstrong and me for Inside the NBA, complete wrap-up of Day 2 of the playoffs, including an incredible night for Rex Chapman of the Suns in a win over the Sonics. That's coming up after our coverage. Right now, back to L.A., Bob and Chuck.
Virtual Vince back to the Great Western Forum in Los Angeles, where the Lakers are starting to look like they're going to get a hold of this ball game. Portland just comes out of the timeout. 5:51 to go. Lakers by 8. Back to Shaq. What a game. I don't know if I've ever seen him play better. 37 points.
Well, the decision-making process in the next game is going to be, do we double team him? We're going to let him just pound us inside like that. But more importantly, as in most playoff games, the Blazers have got to find a way to score. And this is one way. Rasheed Wallace has done a good job offensively tonight, both outside and on the post-up. They're going to have to run a few more plays, I think, to get in a few more pick and rolls to try to get some scoring. But credit L.A., they played great defense.
Rasheed has 17 and has scored the last 6 in this game for the Portland Trailblazers to cut the Laker lead to 7, and does with that 3-point conversion.
Isaiah Ryder, who's averaged 19 points over the season in 4 games, only 7 tonight, and really struggling to get any kind of shots.
Van Exel down low. He beat Anderson off the dribble, but couldn't get the lay-in to go, and Portland making another run. 5:10 to go. Sabonis, ball fake and the drive and jam. Veteran savvy.
A great play. He looked for the back door. Cliff Robinson going on the baseline. He faked the pass. One hand held onto it. Took the dribble inside. And all of a sudden, it's a 5-point game.
Cut the lead in half in 30 seconds.
There's the toughest play to play Shaq. When he's starting, you fight him all night long. coming to that post up, and then he reverses on you.
39 tonight, and Shaq's getting close to setting his career high in points. This is his first career playoff game as a Los Angeles Laker. He's making a statement. 7-point Lakers lead, 4:24 to go in the ball game.
They're basically going to go to the same play, lose control. Kenny will try to get to the basket, make something happen.
That's a two-shot foul.
And Van Exel made a great play. Looked like he got both hands on the ball, but Kenny Anderson gets the call.
So Kenny Anderson to the free throw line now with 4 minutes and 12 seconds left in this game. Shaquille O'Neal 2 points away from his career playoff high, which he got with Orlando last year in the Atlanta series. Kenny Anderson, a 77% free throw shooter at the line.
This is still a potential very good series, because when you come into the other guy's building, in this case the Lakers, they're really ready. They've got the crowd and the emotion. They've had the preparation. The second game is the game you could steal if you want to win it on their court. But I think Portland Trail Blazers are very capable of winning at home and extending this series. But they're going to have to find a way to score and get Ryder off, because he's one of their premier scorers.
We told you only 7 points tonight for Isaiah Ryder after averaging 19 on the season against LA. 5-point lead. Loose ball. Shaq is fouled on his way to the basket. Some other scores from NBA playoff. Chuck, that surprised me a little bit. Detroit, Atlanta were pretty close early on. And, well, Washington, Chicago the same way before Chicago pulled it out. And speaking of surprise, you and I will be up in Seattle on Sunday night for Game 2 in that series, with Phoenix in the upset victory inside the NBA comes along right after this, and Shaquille goes to the line after Dudley picks up his 5th foul.
You know, Seattle looks like one of those clubs. They've been fragile. They had a great run last year, but they were fragile, getting eliminated twice in 2 years in basically the first round. But when you end the season the way they did, in kind of a funk, sometimes you say, well, we'll go to the playoffs. We'll get out of it, no problem. It just didn't work out for them tonight. Now they're really up against the wall.
Shaq misses the free throw, gets it back. Nobody bothers to guard him. He steps in and misses, and Campbell follows. Mercy me. 83-75, Lakers by 8 with 3:42 to go in this game.
You can see a little bit of frustration on the faces of the Portland Trail Blazers. What they've got to learn is that this is a 48-minute game, and there's a lot of time in this game.
Loose ball foul on Portland after Wallace missed his opportunity. They tried to get him with a lob down low. That's 4 personals on Rasheed Wallace. With 3:30 to go, 8-point Lakers lead, long way from over. But now everybody will be shooting the rest of the way as Eddie Jones will walk to the line for the Lakers. And Eddie Jones he's had help because he's been in some foul trouble, but he has done the job defensively after taking such a rap about not being able to play the stronger Isaiah Ryder. But he had Kersey and Byron Scott helped him too, Chuck.
Yeah, I think Kersey's move on to Ryder gives him a little more savvy, a little more size, a little more strength, and has kind of frustrated Ryder. Ryder hasn't been able to get into anything.
With the ball now. Into Robinson, who's also struggling. Against Kersey. Up and under, loses the ball.
Well, the collapsing defense in there.
Going to get a foul on Sabonis as he got a push around the waist of Shaquille, which is why Shaq couldn't handle a pass. That's 4 personals on Arvidas.
One of the things, as I started saying, was that LA is coming back so well on the post-ups they're getting. They're coming what we call late as they're dribbling into the lane. They're coming and getting help, and they're really active defensively and made it very difficult for the offense of the Trailblazers to score it all.
I don't know if you saw our shot last time with Magic Johnson. He actually takes the shot with Shaquille.
That's what happens when you become a guru shooter. You start banking, you start rooting, and it becomes your whole life to try to help that shooter. And when he fails, you feel like you failed.
I saw that white paper in Magic's hands. I thought he taped up his right wrist. just like Shaquille did. Here, watch this, watch this. 6-0 Los Angeles run, and on those free throws, Shaquille just broke his playoff scoring record, set last year with 41 against Atlanta in the playoffs when he was with Orlando, and he just scored his 42nd point tonight, and the Lakers have their biggest lead of the game. Portland ball, 15 on the shot clock.
Kenny Anderson trying to penetrate and make something happen.
Isaiah Ryder left alone for a moment, misses the three. Wallace with the interior pass to Robinson. He draws the foul. I'm not sure. Someone can help me with this. I think the 42 points by Shaq may be the highest point total in the playoffs so far. I certainly don't remember anybody scoring anymore. He has 42 here tonight with 2:55 to go. Chapman had 42, so Chapman and Shaquille are tied for the highest scored, and the 42 scored by Chapman came tonight in Phoenix. Upset over Seattle as Chapman knocked down, what was it, 9 threes in that game.
Clifford Robinson, 4 points, and they need his scoring if they're going to be a contender in this particular series. He averages 15 points a game. He's got to give him more help, but playoff record, he's only averaged 10.8, and he's got to do a better job.
This is actually a family car. But that could be your little secret. Ford Taurus.
If you wear ordinary contact lenses, your eyes may not be as comfortable as they could be. Irritating dirt and deposits build up.
How about the free contacts?
I was just getting there. But AccuView always gives you the comfort of fresh new lenses.
The free contacts?
Oh, right. Call Johnson & Johnson at 1-800-701-6100 and get a free trial pair of AccuView from your doctor. The contacts doctors prescribe most.
Free is good.
Your eyes will feel better all day long.
I like free.
You should call too. 1-800-701-6100.
Housekeeping. Excuse me. Checking out?
Uh-huh.
We'll change the room.
Holiday Inn hotels are undergoing a $1 billion renovation to make every Holiday Inn as good as the best Holiday Inn.
Oh, you're back. Your toothbrush.
That means we're changing a lot more than the sheets. Holiday Inn, on the way.
April used to mean the showers that bring the May flowers. Now it means the three-pointers that brings the run in May. Suns set on Sonics. Look at that. Tonight the Suns upset Seattle up there. Bulls got the Bullets by 12. Jordan with his usual spectacular game. And the Hawks, they played very close with Detroit in the first half, but then eventually ended up with a 14-point victory over the Detroit Pistons. What do you think about that series, specifically Atlanta-Detroit?
Well, I think Detroit's going to come back, but I thought they were a high level of expectation all year and met that expectation. Struggling now in the playoffs, do not have much of a post-up or inside game. They'll have a hard time with Atlanta having home court advantage.
And the defensive player of the year, Dikembe Mutombo. Here, 2 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in the game. And the Lakers with their biggest lead of the game of 11 over the Blazers. And Chuck has very clearly told you where the problems have been for the Blazers. They've been having trouble scoring, and specifically they've been having problems getting any points from Isaiah Ryder and or Cliff Robinson tonight. Might get 2 here. And they do. Anderson to Cliff Robinson after the turnover and the break, and it's back to a 9-point game. 2:29 to go, and the game's been so close, 3 and 4 points most of the way. When we see 11, it looks like the Lakers are getting control, but not in the NBA, not in the playoffs. Not if Portland can find a way to throw it. 44 for Shaquille. No answer.
Portland could have solved some of their problems. Free throw line. Kenny's going to try to take over, penetrate, make something happen. But free throw shooting and Also, turnovers and the shooting of Cliff Robinson continues his struggle here tonight. Just shaking his head. He needs to move inside rather than settling for that long-range shot.
44-11 for O'Neal tonight. Crowd on their feet at the Great Western Forum. The Lakers making a statement. Everybody said, look out for the Lakers in the playoff, and Shaquille comes back. Eldon Campbell knocks down the triple. That'll be the cherry on the Sunday. 91-77. 20 points for Campbell tonight. They'll play again here on Sunday. Then they don't play again until Wednesday up in Portland. A game we'll have for you. DC will have that game Sunday. And Exo runs it down. The only upset really of the playoffs so far is Phoenix got Seattle at home tonight.
You know, I don't think that series is over yet. I think Seattle will really get their ire up. They're going to get a little bit upset about this.
Oh, it's showtime. I've been hesitant to bring back the word showtime, but with 46 from Shaquille tonight, that's the most points that have been scored in the playoffs thus far after 2 nights of action in the NBA. Rex Chapman had 42 for Phoenix. A 12-2 Lakers run, 93-77, under a minute remaining in this game.
There's that reverse. Anytime you find him from position, you relax. He's going to roll off of you and nail it.
Watch Monster Vision with Joe Bob Briggs tonight after the NBA on TNT.
So, where do you want this?
Hey now, I ordered a new copier.
This is better than new, my friend. Allow me to demonstrate. Oh, what do we have here? Wow. Enlarges, too. Even collates.
I'll take it.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
That was close. I didn't think I could shove this baby through.
What tough is? It's the wide open spaces of the world's only standard third door. What tough does? What tough is? It's the biggest box and the highest maximum V8 payload. What tough does? Tough is what tough does. The new Ford F-150, Motor Trend Truck of the Year, built Ford Tough.
They meet every weekend on these hallowed and verdant fields. These weekend warriors, garden variety gladiators versus Mother Nature. It is a battle ultimately decided by power.
At the Home Depot, you'll find more of the best brands of power equipment for your lawn and garden.
Out here, only the strong survive.
Vince Cellini at Inside the NBA has his virtual studio. You see what we have here. All we have is a pen and ink. We had to make up that sign that said Shaq Attack.
And he did attack tonight. No double team and his own way all night long. 46 points, 11 rebounds.
Well, you can't quite see her, but in the middle of that shot we just saw a moment ago was Ann Harris, Dell's wife. There she is, the lovely redheaded lady.
With her son. Dell's son, of course.
Talk about toughest shot of the game. It was that shot to get in.
Timing is everything. With the crowd standing, it gets very, very difficult.
So Vince Cellini and B.J. Armstrong of the Golden State Warriors have that virtual reality inside the NBA, only 16.5 seconds away. Kobe Bryant getting some playing time here at the end of the game, along with Corey Blunt. They were the only two players who had not played up to this point. Kobe, of course, along with Jermaine O'Neal, the two youngest players in the NBA. And that's going to be it. 95-77 Lakers. It was the Shaq attack, and the Lakers outscored Portland 15-2 in the last 4 minutes and just really brought the house down. Shaquille O'Neal told us before the game that he was ready for the playoffs. He felt like his sore right hand would not be a problem and that he was going to make a statement here after the Lakers went 1-3 against Portland. And now, before Shaq talks us over at the table, Lisa Leslie with the other part of that combination tonight, Nick Van Exel.
Nick, you played a great performance, but tell me, what are your thoughts about the big guy, Shaquille O'Neal?
Well, if you're going to play on one-on-one, you know, you're asking for trouble. He's the type of player that thrives in this situation. He missed the 2 free throws last weekend. He was real upset about that. And this is the type of game he's been waiting for a team to play on one-on-one in the playoff. This is his type of ball.
Now, you and I talked earlier about your matchup with Kenny Anderson. Tell me, what are your thoughts on it now?
Well, we got the first one, and I'm glad for that, but I need to just relax a little bit more. I was too amped in the beginning, and I was forcing things. And if I just relax, I'll be a lot better out there.
Well, good luck to you in the second round.
Thank you.
Nick Van Exel, 95-77. The Lakers get the win here tonight to win Game 1 against the Portland Trail Blazers. Shaquille O'Neal, our Budweiser player of the game, 46 points, 11 rebounds. Before we start even with that, Shaq, how about showing us this right hand you had taped up that you injured there before toward the end of that Portland game? Free throw shooting, we talked about it tonight, and it was a significant factor in the game. Give us your take on it. Since you're injured, you're working on it, and how you feel about it now.
Well, the other day against Portland, you know, those are the kind of spots that I wait for. You know, 1.2 seconds on the clock, team down. That's when I really want the ball. And I was getting ready to shoot the ball, but the ref blew the whistle, and I think he had kind of froze me. So when I had missed those 2 shots, you know, it had, you know, dawned on me all week, and I just wanted to, you know, come out here today and just, you know, play hard, focus, take my time, and just, you know, have a good game.
You know what you're doing? You're putting a lot of pressure on Magic because he's over there living and dying with every free throw. But it's an amazing recovery, and you're really shooting him with so much better rhythm, releasing the ball with confidence, and you really took this basketball game over tonight.
I think if I just, you know, go to the line, stay in my rhythm, and just, you know, take my time, then, you know, I'm going to hit them.
Well, Shaq, if you were defending you on Portland's part, they seem to be playing single coverage on you most of the time. You expect them to go to double coverage maybe in the next game?
Probably, but, you know, Arvydas Sabonis is a old-style player. You know, he's big. He's not that fast, but, you know, he's strong. So instead of me just, you know, standing there, you know, pounding with him, you know, I'm going to try to, you know, face him up and just, you know, go around him.
I noticed they put in a little play where you get that ball on the elbow there, and it's cleared, and you can take him off the dribble once in a while.
Yeah, you know, coach has given me the opportunity
they're
to,
getting smarter as they get older, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Shaq, as you go against this team the next time, Portland 1-3, you won 1 in the regular season. We've said it so many times, you have to throw that out when you get to the playoffs. Do you still have the same level of respect for this Portland team after this win tonight that you had when you were down 1-3 in the regular season?
Of course we do, but, you know, in dealing with home court advantage, it's, you know, critical that we get these, you know, 2 home games. And, you know, we came in here today and, you know, we got 1. And, you know, Sunday we have to be real focused because, you know, that we know that they're going to be pumped up.
Number 2 is the dangerous game because you have a tendency the home team to let down when they win that first one.
Number 2 is dangerous, but, you know, our guys are going to be focused. You know, we're just going to, you know, come out here and play hard, and we'll be fine.
All right, Shaq, congratulations. 46 points, 11 rebounds. Our Budweiser player of the game, and the Lakers get the win in the first of the best-of-5 series against the Portland Trail Blazers here tonight. We'll be back to wrap it up in just a moment, as Shaq had 46 and 11 tonight.